Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Behind the Skeins, the podcast where we go behind the scenes of running a yarn business, dyeing dreamy colors, and learning how to become the confident maker that you're meant to be. I'm your host, Jenna Eddy, and today's topic is one of the biggest frustrations for beginning sock knitters. And honestly, even seasoned knitters hit this wall from time to time. We're talking about tension. Yep, that sneaky stitch ruiner that can make one sock look sleek and the other, well, a little wonky. But don't worry, I've got you covered. Today we're digging into why your tension might be off and how you can fix it without frogging your whole project or giving up halfway through the cuff.
Welcome to Behind the Skeins, the podcast where fiber, creativity, and business come together. Whether you're a passionate knitter, a hand-dyed yarn lover, or dreaming of running your own creative business, you're in the right place. Join your host, Jenna Eddy, owner and head dyer of Southern Skeins, as we pull back the curtain on the world of indie yarn dyeing, share behind-the-scenes stories from the studio, and dive into tips, tricks, and insights to fuel your knitting and fiber journey. Ready to unravel the magic behind the skeins? Let's get started.
So here's the deal. Tension is everything in sock knitting. It's how much yarn you're using in every stitch. It affects your fabric stretch, texture, and overall look. And when you're working on a small round with tiny needles, oh boy, tension can go rogue. Have you ever looked down at your sock in progress and thought, why do these stitches look tight and these over here look loose? Or worse, why does this heel look totally different from the last one? Been there. That is tension, my friend. And the good news, you can totally tame it with a few simple tricks. Let's go through my go-to tips, smoothing things out in 5 easy steps. Practice. Step 1, that's it. Practice. Seriously. Before casting on a sock, take 5 to 10 minutes a day to knit a mini swatch in the round. Just knit for the sake of knitting. What a concept, right? Let your hands find their rhythm. The more relaxed you get, the more even your stitches will become. If you're like me and you need to visually see improvement, here's my suggestion. Track your progress. We all love to journal nowadays. Just track it. I've made a free tension tracker worksheet just for you. Head over to the show notes or visit my blog to download it for free. Each day log what you worked on, for how long, and how your hands felt afterwards. For me, when my tension is too tight, I can feel it in my hands and in my fingers. There's that death grip again. And don't forget how your gauge turned out. Be sure to log that too. Did you hit your intended gauge? I like to add in fun little colors with different color markers and little happy and frowny faces into mine to give me kind of a quick little pep when I'm reviewing it. Choose the right yarn. Some yarns are more forgiving than others. I always recommend a wool nylon blend, like one of our Southern sock yarns, because they bounce back and they hold their shape. Thank goodness for nylon, right? So if you're struggling with droopy stitches or uneven loops, your yarn might be working against you. Step 3, look at your needles. Might be needle swap time. If your stitches are too tight, try switching to metal needles. They're slicker and they give the yarn more room to glide. Downside is they're slicker and they give the yarn more room to glide right off your needles and become drop stitches. Yeah, okay, maybe I've done that once or twice. Too loose? Grab a wood or bamboo needle. It'll add a little bit of a grip. The wood just has a naturally grippier surface. Okay? consider your needles. Next thing is relax the grip. We don't have to have this death grip on our needles. Okay? Nice, easy, hold it, knit it. Yes, not like a pen. Okay, so real talk though. Some of us are death gripping our yarn without even realizing it. Guilty. You don't need to do that to your knitting needles. When I learned to drive, that's what my dad said to me about the steering wheel. I would hold on to it like there was no tomorrow and just, okay? Loosen it up, okay? Get your hands. Start to feel tight, stop. Move your hands around, okay? When I knit too tight, I feel it in my hands and in my fingers. I also notice I clench my jaw. So I keep a lookout for these physical cues. And when they happen, I stop for a minute. I stretch it out. Nice little stretches. Watch the shoulders, push them back. Okay? Check in with your shoulders, unclench those fingers, give them a good stretch. Imagine holding a small little squishable object. You don't want to squish it, but you also don't want it to escape and run away, right? It's a little sweet spot, gently holding it, but not holding it and not holding it, okay? Don't be in a rush. If I hurry, I change my tension because I'm trying to finish quickly. Also, try to control as many variables as possible when you're doing your daily knitting. What time of the day are you practicing your knitting? Are you already tired from a long day and the last thing you want to do is have to sit there and practice your knitting like you had to practice piano after school when you were in elementary school, right? Are you too wired from having too many chai tea iced lattes? Yeah. Maybe you're working on a caffeine rush, okay? And you're all tensed up and hyper and knitting is just, your attention's going to be off. Okay? Maybe you've just come off of working on a sweater project for the last few hours and you just don't feel like knitting another stitch. So you're either going to be sloppy about it or again, you're going to rush through it and it's going to be off. Okay? Next, prioritize consistency over speed. Let me say that again. Consistency over speed. Okay, fast knitting is great, but even knitting is everything. Okay? It doesn't matter if it takes you longer to knit something. You want it to look as good as you can. Focus on making every stitch feel the same. Over time, your speed will come naturally and your tension will thank you. Remember, my philosophy on knitting is it's a relaxing time. It's my me time. It's where everybody knows that my phone is being turned off. I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook and I'm relaxing. And if your knitting speed never increases, then so be it. Slow knitting is great fun too. It's how I do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so let's talk tools. If you're ready to get serious about your tension, here's what I recommend. Hand-dyed sock yarn that gives you elasticity and stitch definition. Okay, and don't forget the nylon. It's like magic. I like a nice good 4-ply for mine. It's going to give you great stitch definition. Also, the 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon. The nylon in there, it's the magic. It really is. Next, you want comfortable needles that fit your hand and are easy to use. Okay? You want to make sure metal or wood. Okay? It's going to be slicker, going to be a bit more grippier. But find comfortable needles that are easy for you to use. Try a few out. DPNs, long circulars for magic loop, or my personal favorite, 9-inch circulars. And you're also going to want a few good measuring tools, like a tape measure, a ruler, a gauge square, stitch markers to keep track of your rows and your tension zones. I can't say enough about using rulers because they give you definitive information as to where you're knitting. Okay? Where your tension is, where your gauge, how your gauge is coming along, and you can quantify it by measuring it. Okay? That's important. So, before you head off here now, let's have a little bit of a pep talk, shall we? Knitting is a journey. Your first sock, it's supposed to be a little funky. It really is. That's how you learn. If you never make a mistake, you'll never learn and improve. Remember, all the amazing sock knitters you see on the socials all started out where you are right now. They didn't start out as experts. They all had to learn and had to focus on their craft and improve. If your tension is a little uneven right now, don't sweat it. The important thing is you're knitting, you're creating, and you're learning something new. And honestly, there's the magic. That's the magic. So, if you want to smooth out your stitches, build muscle memory, download my free tension tracker worksheet. You'll find it in the show notes. And while you're there, check out our hand-dyed yarns, stitch-saving tools to make every sock a winner, and our sock kit is one of our most popular picks. If you enjoyed this episode, follow Behind the Skeins on your favorite podcast player, stream it at southernskeinspodcast.com, and don't forget to go over and watch us on YouTube. Would you like some free patterns? First dibs on new colorways and cozy inbox vibes? Join our Southern Skeins mailing list. Link is below. And of course, come say hey on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We are always posting new tips, project ideas, and squishy yarn inspiration. Until next time, keep knitting, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep creating with joy. Have a great day.
That's a wrap for this episode of Behind the Skeins. Thanks for joining Jenna Eddy for a peek behind the scenes of the indie yarn world. If you loved today's episode, be sure to hit subscribe so you never miss a stitch. Want to keep the fiber fun going? Follow along on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for more behind-the-scenes moments, yarn dyeing inspiration, and knitting tips. And if you're ready to dive even deeper, check out southernskeins.com for exclusive content, shop updates, and more. Until next time, keep creating, keep knitting, and keep chasing those colorful dreams.